doing
Phenomenal.
good.
Brother, you've only been in this business for a year, a little over a year.
A
Is that
year with Remax, yeah.
a year? Okay. Yeah, how long you've been licensed for?
Uh,
Just
years,
over a year? Yeah,
18
there you go.
months, yeah. 18 months, yeah.
Okay, fair enough. So, first of all, I appreciate you. Thank you very much for moving forward. I know that, the loyalty and all the rest of the things that we've talked to over the last 9 months, 10 months that I've gotten to get to know you. You've had a good May, okay? And so what's your message to a lot of the newcomers, the people that are still kind of don't have the 10 years, 15 years like Lisa and Libby and Amy and all the rest of the people that have the experience? What's your message to a person that maybe has 3 years or less? What would you do? How you been doing it? And what's your strategy if you don't mind?
Well, don't expect too much, but hope for better. Keep working. This is my motto for like many, many years. Like, no matter where I am, what's the situation in, tomorrow is a better day. I learn every day and I just keep going forward. I keep my ears open and my eyes open in the office. I see how Linda behaves with on the phone call with her clients. I learn new lingo, new way to talk. I listen to advice from Senka and Hannah. I ask them questions like I'm not afraid of knocking on doors and sometimes if I bother them they should go like okay go back to your office or go back to your table, but I keep trying to get information or what is the best way to do something since it's something new for me, and I knew from the beginning it's going to take a few years to build a sphere, to get new clientele because my clientele or my sphere, it's not on the market or I'm trying to grow myself into the business and learn it. So my motto was like to take it slow the first year. Don't push too much. Don't let people get annoyed by you and start letting them get to know me and what I'm doing, and them slowly that approaching.
You're building relationships. You're taking it more of anything. This is your, I know you've always sang Linda's praises, right? And it's something
Oh
that
yeah,
when we started in the beginning, it's something that you've always said, Linda, Linda, Linda. And obviously, I didn't get a chance to interact as much as you did with Linda the day to day. I'll tell you this. She's doing an incredible job. Tell me a little bit more about your mentorship and how what your experience has been with that.
well, with Linda, I started the first day we met, it was like more formal, and she listened to me in what was my goal or what I was trying to approach, and our relationship started like she understands my set of mind and gives me every advice or every form that I have in hand. Like I ask her, instead of giving me an answer, she tells me what would you be if you were the buyer or if you were the seller. So she makes me think about the process if I was on the other side. And the discussion is always open. Whenever she's at the office, any question you have, any any issue, she just stops and she gives you the right direction to do it. And she doesn't solve it for you, but she makes you find the way to solve your issue and go forward with it. And she follows up with stuff more than I can remember. Even she reminds me, like, did you do this? Did you do that? And I go, oh, yep, 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 I did it. Yeah, she's all in helping the newcomer, especially. She takes care of everybody from what I know. It's like Linda. Yeah.
Yeah, she doesn't not only take care of the newcomers, she takes care of the people that have been here for a while too. That's the
Oh,
best.
she's there for everybody. That's what I see. She's there for everybody. I see her in conversation with agents for 20, 30 years, and everybody comes to Linda and she's always there for them. She's the office there.
She knows her stuff, and I love that. And I appreciate you,
Yeah.
Autumn. Thank you very much for bringing that up. Look, I know this is not going to be our traditional style of a meeting, right? I normally go through slides, we start doing talking, but I think this is very, very important. And the reason why
This is better.
this is better. Okay, good. See, to me, Libby, hearing from your colleagues, hearing from the people that are around you, and not only doing it, but sometimes we're going through things and we neglect the possibility that, your personal life is affecting your business life. And I personally think because of the fact that I've watched this over the last 10 years, if you ask me what's the most single most reason why most agents, I don't want to use the word fail, but just go through adversity and problems and not to be where they're at, right? They're just not where they want to be. I think it's a direct reflection of their personal life. I think it's a direct affection, of their habits. It's a direct, go ahead, Libby. I know you wanted to jump in, so I'm going to go ahead and
This
give you.
is a direct reflection on how this brokerage works differently because we care about each other. We can ask each other questions. We can find out from each other how to do things or how to answer questions or when you're new or when you're old and you don't know what to do about something. Even then, there's always people you can reach out to within your own office and within 5 other offices or
Right.
six. I don't know how many you have now, Mike. but but it makes a huge difference. And I think that's why people are attracted to us. I know that Rick Pearson has been really quiet, but there were years that years back, I don't know, 4 or 5 years back, when Rick was discouraged. And he remembered that a lot of his clients were attracted to the Remax name. And he described to us at one meeting about how he went back and utilized that name, and it got him business back. So there's all kinds of ways agents get business back, and that's what makes connections different than everybody else. I don't think they do stuff like this. They don't get on Zoom and talk to each other, 5 or 6 offices all together.
I,
And I credit you, Mike. I don't think you should worry about statistics right now. We all know them. We don't even want to hear them again. You know? But we do want to hear from each other. So
I
that makes a difference.
I love that, Libby. God, you just warmed my heart. You really did, because I see that, but sometimes I'm biased. Sometimes I'm looking at it from a perspective of, you know what? Of course I'm gonna think we're the best, and of course I'm gonna think there's camaraderie. Of course I'm gonna think, everybody's there to help one another. But it's just so wonderful and refreshing to hear, from an experienced agent like yourself who's been there, done that, to say we are different. Like, I've walked into other companies. I've understand, at the
Right.
what they have to offer and what we have to offer. So thank you for that. Libby, I
Mike,
appreciate your words. Go ahead. Who wants to jump in? I missed that.
Mike Padma here. Mike
Padma,
Padma.
please.
I have two things. The first thing is like Linda, right? 5 years ago, just to add on to what Ari said, Linda, I hope you're listening to this. 5 years ago, I just walked into Linda's office, novice. I was a clean slate. I have a lot to learn, but whatever I have learned today, whoever I am, is because of Linda, right? I closed an escrow recently, and it was one of the toughest transactions for me, and Linda supported me more than what she could. Answered every phone call, texts, messages, called at 8:45 in the night, parked and talked, and she gave me all the confidence I needed to move ahead, right? And that was huge. I thank you so much, Linda, for everything you do. And just like everybody said, like, not novice, not 2 years, not 3 years, 30 years. So my patience or my anxiety levels are very high. So I text Linda. If I don't hear, I'll go to Walt. So I have a
I think you're not alone, by the way. I think most of the
I,
companies,
I have a system going on.
Walton and me or Linda or whatever. But yeah, go ahead.
Okay, Erica, I'll call the whole world, right? Because I need answers right away. So this is the first thing. Thank you so much, Linda. Thank you for everything you do. The second thing is how we were talking about this particular family that I was working with. Um, 20 months I've been working with them, 6 BRBCs. I've showed them 120 plus homes. Okay. There were so many times I wanted to fire them because we came out of escrow 2 times. One after 27 days, one after, like, before contingencies. And there were so many times I wanted to fire them, but I just held on to it. Number one, because I've done home buying 101 with them. I didn't want somebody else to walk away with the money. So I said, okay, I'll tolerate. There was no vacation with this family. For the past 20 months, it was like I was working only with this family. right? So they'll call me. I'll tell them I'm going on a vacation. They'll call me. They'll say, I know you are on a vacation, but can you please help us show this house? I'm like, I'm in Austin. How can I show you the house? Can you coordinate with the listing agent? So they got to that level where I could help them see a house when I'm not around. Okay, Hong Kong airport, I sit, what am I going to do for 5 hours? He will text me telling, can I talk to you for a minute? And then I hear the boarding call, 5 hours gone. This is how I work with that family. But then we closed escrow. It was, Linda knows everything. It was a very rough roller coaster. So those two things I wanted to share. We just have to be patient, patient, patient. That's all.
Padma, great job, following through. Just to let you know, like these days, I wouldn't show more than 10 homes, you're fired, just to let you understand. I mean, number 120 homes, that's not happening, But again, when I first started, I would have showed them 300 homes. So I think what happens, it goes back to what Noah was saying, like you generate so you don't have to tolerate, right? You do enough business, you get enough people, then at the end of the day, you make the rules. This is how it's going to work. We got 20 homes what we're looking at, blah, blah, blah. Looking at three, you got to give me your top three. Take more charge. That's the only advice I would give you to this is that you don't go to a doctor and tell the doctor how to operate on you, right? You don't go to a doctor, hey, by the way, when you're using my knee, make sure when you use the scalpel, just use that on the top and don't do it on the bottom. And by the way, I only want it for 2 hours and, I won't do anesthesia. You can't tell a doctor what to do. Why should anyone tell you how to run your business? That's my only advice of that, but amazing, great job, and kudos to you, Linda. I'm going to move on, guys, because I know it's 11:35 right now, and I definitely have a lot more to cover. I will be bringing on a couple more people that have done great things, and you're going to hear a little bit more from some of the accomplishments. But Lindsay, I want to give you the floor for a quick minute because we've been chatting away for over a half hour, and I know there's some things we want to bring up, and we got to give Walt the floor. He's got a couple things that he has to discuss too about AI and whatnot. But Lindsay, the floor is yours. Can you tell a little bit more about kind of what we're doing behind the scenes a little bit? I know Agent Hub is going to be coming up, but the floor is yours.
Sure. So, Agent Hub, you want me to speak about?
You do your thing. I just gave you the floor. Time for you to talk.
Okay, so we are coming up with some changes to Agent Hub, which are very exciting. On the back end, we're doing a little beta test site, so it doesn't affect your Agent Hub experience at the moment. But we're doing some surprising and exciting things with Agent Hub. It's going to be more of an interactive experience. So hopefully we'll reduce the amount of emails from Agent Hub you're getting and also the repetitive questions that we all get. So yeah, we're gonna start beta testing the site. The staff is already testing it and I'm getting feedback. And yeah.
So far it's been positive?
Yes,
Okay,
lots
great.
of positive feedback. I'm gonna meet with the web developer tomorrow again. I've been working with her very closely for a long time to develop this new discussion board feed situation on Agent Hub. So I hope you all like it. And yeah.
That's that, right?
It'll be soon,
So
yes.
we're going to show a little bit more. Obviously, I will probably give you a little bit more context of what we're doing with Agent Hub once we get a little bit more closer. But this is I hear a little bit of feedback, but anyway, mute the people that are not there. With that being said, I think at the end of the day, this Agent Hub is for you. It's not for the company. This is for the agents that want to utilize the system and go through the motions. There's going to be a little bit more, like she said, interactions. If people want open houses, we're listening to what you say. Like there's a lot of times they say, well, I have an open house, but nobody wants to do it. Like what's going on with our company? We have, all these opportunities and people are saying they want more business, and because we didn't have good communication, right? So instead of it going through email and 5, 10 people respond, we were trying to avoid the mass emails and the reply to all. If everyone can kind of do that a little bit now, if you don't see a reply to all, or if it's not a reply to all kind of message, please reply directly to that person. Nobody wants to get 100 emails. So I think that's the first intention. But the second part of it is to really connect the agents together, that if there's a need and somebody else has a want, I think that's the whole point of it, is fulfilling that. So appreciate that. Lindsay, do you mind going through a little bit more of what we have now? I know we have a schedule.
Sure.
I'm talking about
Yeah, no problem. So in addition, okay, so tomorrow we're having lights, camera listings in the Irvine office. It's a social media workshop with Annie. Just so everyone's aware, we are going to have something similar in San Diego for all the people who are asking. So we're going to schedule that for July, so stay tuned. On the 17th, Walt is going to be teaching new and revised forms, which it's the June forms release. So those just came out. So you're going to want to attend that so you know how to use those forms correctly. There's a bunch of changes to current forms as well. And then on the 24th, we have Scaling Your Success, which is an exciting, hopefully series that we're going to be doing with Spencer Soto. So stay tuned for that and attend.
Can everybody give like a little love for Lindsay? I know that we did it through social media. I know we talked about it in person. Lindsay, everybody's through the moon excited for you. I've never ever felt so much support, and love from one sided, and everybody was like, "It's about time, Mike." Look, to be fair, I've been trying to push you into that position for at least a couple of years. True or false?
It's been a long time in the making. So
Lindsay was like, I don't know, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But you're incredible, and I appreciate what you do.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. I truly felt so loved and so special with all your comments and congratulatory messages. I was just so happy and I feel so loved. So thank you.
How did your husband feel about the whole situation? Was he nervous or was he excited for you?
He's excited for me. I don't think he understands the gravity and like all the messages I got and all the love that I got, because I don't like share that so much with him, but he's excited for me.
That's awesome. What about the kiddos? They're too young to understand?
Oh yeah, they don't know. I'm like, do you know what mom does at work? And they were like, you sit at a desk and you're on a computer. So
wait till they get into social media. Be like, you guys, all you guys do is just joke around or something. Is that what work is? But
yes, exactly.
That's awesome. Well, congratulations.
Thank you, everybody.
Let me put the man on who made all this happen. Walt Klein, are you still with me, my friend?
I'm here, Mike.
Walt, how you doing?
I'm great.
We appreciate you more than you know. Walt, what you do for a living and what you do for this company and the experience and knowledge and everything you bring to the table is unmatched, my friend. And I appreciate all that you do, not only for me and my agents and all the things that you do for the company, but the man that you are today. You've been very, very dedicated to real estate. You've given, 35 years? Is that a fair say?
That's about right. Yeah.
That's about right, right? It's a dedication, right? And at the end of the day, why do you do what you do? I'm very curious. Like, do you wake up in the morning saying, I just love to solve problems? Like, why do you do this?
Yeah, no, I think I like exactly that. I like to make a difference. I like to matter. I like to empower people to be all they can be. I think I get the greatest joy. Lindsay's a perfect example of at the staff level. All of us are thrilled. I've been coaching Lindsay and encouraging her for a lot of years, and just people don't know, everybody on this call, you don't know how powerful you really are, what you can do and what you can accomplish. And if I had any little bit of leverage to propel anybody, whether it be succeeding in a transaction, having a good year, or making a major career move, it excites me to see people get everything out of life that's available to them.
Walt, I share your enthusiasm with that. I've made money over my years. I've had, 30 years in a career. I've had some ups and downs. I wanted to quit the first 5 years every other year. It's the truth. It was one of those, it's a bipolar, but it can be a bipolar business to where, you're feeling on top of the world. And the next thing you know, you get a phone call at the 11th hour and I can't close the deal because this happened and there's somebody else's incompetence. This business can drive you crazy if you let it. So what's your advice to most of the agents here that are dealing with these type of adversity, these conditions of the market not being, as favorable? What would your message be to them?
Well, I think the market is what you make it, and I think Noah said it quite well. you generate so that you don't have to tolerate. Uh, if you've always got options, you're always working on on a contingency plan, if you will. So you're marketing, you're working with one client, but at the same time, you're marketing to two or three others in a very direct way. I don't mean just generalized marketing, but you're constantly nurturing relationships. It's a very relationship-oriented business, and it's going to be more so as AI develops and uh, real estate becomes more and more automated, if you will. It's the relationships that AI will never replace. And so just keeping your client's best interest in mind at all times, having a sphere of a few hundred people that know you and ultimately love you because of all the things you're reaching out for them, uh, that'll pay you big dividends.
I love that you said that. I know you brought up AI. I mean, we know you've been dealing with it. You've been kind of looking into it for us. I know you like a couple different people like Claude or something like that. Yeah, I know you bring up these things in the meetings when we have our L10 meetings. Well, when we discuss things, from an office perspective, right? We meet, with the management meeting every single week. We're just relentless when it comes down to that, right? And then if one can't make it, then we still meet without that person and we get them updated. I think that's been a great change. AI, how much part, like, where is that going to be as part of our business? Like, what do you think that's going to be?
Well, I think AI is going to be the ultimate assistant. Uh, and I can segue into a few comments that I want to make about the proper use of AI, because uh, that should be a concern to everyone. And uh, you know, with your permission, Mike, can I take 2 or 3 minutes and
Absolutely,
talk
please,
about
please
that?
go for it. It's very important. That's why I brought you on, and
All
Walt
right.
has a message for everybody in concerns with AI. So he did ask for a couple minutes. So please go.
Exactly. So I want to share with you a few words about the importance of your use of AI relative to protecting your clients and their data and staying out of trouble. Because as I'm researching this, as DRE is looking into this, as CAR is looking more and more at AI, there are some major challenges to how agents implement their use of AI. So I want to share with you some of the challenges associated with your client's privacy, with fair housing, with advertising, and the performance of licensed activities, and overall your professional liability when it comes to using AI. So I've got 5 or 6, I think actually 7 quick little do's and don'ts. We're going to do a class. I talked to Lindsay, probably maybe even next month. We're drafting now. Lindsay's helping me. We're working now on an AI policy for the company and a best practices guide. And so we'll have that ready very shortly. I'll do a little class, but let me share a few do's and don'ts. The biggest aha that I've come upon in the last few weeks is the use of free public AI tools. As real estate agents, you should not be using free public AI tools with any work involving your clients, any of their information, contract details, transaction details, MLS data, because that material is not protected. It's available to anybody, anywhere. AI actually will incorporate your prompts into other responses to others if it's a public uh, program that you're using. So you want to use public or free AI for personal use, go ahead. But I would recommend everybody on this call purchase an AI account that's private and exclusive. They're not super cheap, but they're not that expensive either. Claude has an excellent AI product for about $20 a month.
And
And
that's who Real uses, correct?
but that, yeah,
Real,
yeah, Real is big
Real
into Claude.
uses
Yeah,
Claude.
Claude is powerful, very powerful. So number one, do not do any real estate activity specific to you, your clients, or your transactions on public AI platforms. The other is another tip number 2 is always review the AI output for compliance with regulations, especially when you're dealing with MLS data or advertising. AI may not be as sophisticated as you'd like to think it is when it comes to advertising and things like uh, you know perfect family home. That is illegal. That phrase, and AI may generate phrases like that. So when AI puts out output rather, from your request to help draft some marketing material, review it with a compliance mindset. Make sure you're not getting yourself in trouble with
Well,
fair housing.
can I jump in for a quick second?
Yeah,
Because we could
sure.
talk about this for another hour. Unfortunately, I have like 10 more minutes
Mhm.
left on the meeting because I want to be respectful to everybody. Would you mind doing a class or a training on this? I
We're going to
think,
do a class. Yeah, we're
okay,
going to do a class. In fact, I talked to Lindsay. I think we'll put it on next month, and
okay.
it'll be a more detailed class. Uh, I just want to share really, real quickly that do not use AI for legal advice for yourself or your client. You can use AI to ask legal questions. You don't understand Prop 19 or something like that. But to ask AI for legal advice is not only malpractice, but very likely could generate a response inappropriate. And your overall final comment I'll make is you are 100% liable for anything that AI generates that you use. You cannot use AI generation as a defense. Well, I didn't write this, AI did. No, the law has already established the fact that the user of AI, the end user, that would be us, is responsible, not the AI manufacturers, the data, the programmers, but we are responsible. So if we generate something in AI, provide that to our client, and that gets us in trouble, we have no defense. So be very careful with that. I'll do a class, Mike. We'll cover this in detail next month.
Thank you, Walt. And I appreciate you obviously looking out for the company. And this is exactly why this message was very clear with Walt, is that you really gotta be careful with AI and understand that there's some great to it, but there's some other things that you really just gotta be cognizant to, the legal advice that it gives it, or sometimes how to talk about. Thank you, Walt. I'm gonna switch gears. I want to talk a little bit more about what's to come. I know Spencer Soto said he's gonna be doing a class. And I just want to hear a little bit more about that. Spencer, first of all, thank you so much for doing this. Number one. Number two, it just shows how you want to give back. I know the kind of person that you are, right? Give me a little summary of your experience in a nutshell. Like you started with me, you're here, now you leveled up. Give me a little bit of a context for the people that don't know Spencer Soto.
Yeah, so I got started, I think I made 75 grand when I started with Mike Safadine. I hit the Chairman's Club 2 years in a row, the last 2 years, which is over $500,000. So basically, when you look at all that,
Wait, we gotta give him some love. Give him some love on some chat. I mean, that is incredible, Spencer. I mean, what
All
you
right,
did it like it was
Spencer.
no big deal. Look, Michelle jumping in. Look, the bottom line is, Spencer, what you did, it's an anomaly, brother. I mean, let's just talk about that. You went from here to 500 plus in less than 5 years. I mean, that's incredible.
well, I really
6
do
years.
believe
Yeah,
that it's achievable for anyone and everyone. I really do think that.
I do too.
You got to put in the work. There are some things, but I think more important than just like the dollar and income amount, this is my 10th year in real estate. And I was reflecting, when people would always ask me, hey, what's the one thing you wish you knew before you got in, after 5, 6 years? I used to always say lead generating. I wish I knew it was a lead generating business. I used to always say that. Now I'm 10 years in, a little wiser, I think, like to think. It's a self-development business. It's a
Ooh.
self-development business because at the end of the day, when you're not getting the results you're looking for, of course, we all blame Mike, right? We all say it's Mike's fault, but we actually know, truthfully, it's us. And we got to look in the mirror every day. And that's all parts of your life. So I know I set an income goal, which might be crazy, but one of the coolest things about my life is that everything leveled up. My family life, I believe I'm a maybe got to ask Allie. I think better husband, better dad, better friend, just everything about it. And that's what I've realized. It's a self-development business, and it can get tiring because you're always going to the next spot and always developing. But I truly believe that if someone actually takes that into heart in their own way, it might be a different timeline. It might be 10 years, might be 5 years, whatever. And it doesn't, whatever goal you were trying to hit, but you will be able to hit that goal. I truly believe that. Especially with me, we're in the best brokers, like Libby said. I mean, I learned from Walt, Mike, Michelle, Noah, Rick Pearson, David Kroll. I mean, all these guys, right? Mukesh, everyone here has, if I forget names, I'm sorry, but they've all contributed to my success. And that's why I think what's cool about it is like, I'm homegrown, right? I'm homegrown. You guys saw me go, I'm homegrown. So if I can do it, I just think, why can't you?
I love it. And you got to get out of your comfort zone. One time I remember Michelle coming up to me and saying, why is Spencer not going to Elite Retreat? And I'm like, I don't know. I told him to go 5 times. I'm not sure why. And then I end up calling you and said, hey, look, man, like, what are you doing? Like, you got to also step out of your comfort zone in order to grow. And you end up following some of the leaders that are doing great things that you want to do. I think at the end of the day, if you want to accomplish anything in life, you look at the person and say, okay, you've done it. Teach me how. Don't listen to people that don't accomplish what you're trying to accomplish or haven't accomplished, right? I think that's always been my mindset is if they've done it, why should I reinvent the wheel? Just follow in their footsteps. What's your message to that?
Totally. I mean, I remember the first time coming in, I think Rick Pearson was the #1 realtor for the year. I remember sitting there and like, I don't even know. I think I got an award, which is great. Any award in this business is great, but I got the executive. And you're just like, okay, like, hey, like, once you start talking to, well, first of all, you think, oh, they got lucky. I'm just gonna be honest.
Yeah,
I was there. I think, oh, you got lucky. Then you start talking to all these people and you realize, wow, they're actually really good at their craft. And guess what? That's actually a good thing, because then it's like, okay, if I level up, I can be good as well. But that's kind of like the situation, the mindset that gets started. But I'm really excited about this class because, it's going to be the class that I wish somebody gave me. I mean, really what I'm doing, I'm taking all the stuff that Mike Safadine taught me, and I'm going to try to put it in more digestible version and going to speak from the heart. But that's what I've created the class for, is for somebody in my same position, and it's not just going to be cold calling. And everyone says cold calling. We're going to create, how do we actually create a real business that, we can actually go out there, generate leads. And again, income is great, but like, let's live our dream lives. Why not? Wow. You guys all deserve it. Why not?
Thank you, Spencer. That is incredible. I think anyone that wants to match your energy, match your, your track record, that can see themselves, be in the business less than 10 years can relate to everything you just said, right? The people that have a little bit more experience, they've obviously, hit different milestones and did what they have to do. But kudos to you, man. You just had a kid, you're doing all kinds of stuff there. You're trying to work-life balance. I salute you, Spencer Soto. Please, if anyone is listening to this, make his class. I think, this is his way to give back. He gets nothing out of it. I'm not paying him for this. I'm not, incentivizing him in any which way possible. From the goodness of his heart, he wanted to do that. So thank you very much, Spencer Soto.
And I'm also giving back to all the people that I mentioned and stuff that's given into me. So I want to, you know what I mean? And it's not like that's the best thing about this brokerage. It's each one teach one. I mean, Michelle sends me her marketing. Who would be in the top and actually in the same and sending me, showing me what's going on? So it's just, good people all around, and I'm loving it.
It's leading me to my next conversation. Thank you so much, Spencer Soto. Michelle Warner, are you unmuted?
I am unmuted.
Well, first and foremost, I know you're dealing with some things. Mama, surgery, anything?
Mom had surgery this morning. She's doing great.
Okay. That's phenomenal.
Thank you.
That's awesome, Michelle.
Thank you.
So, Michelle Warner, how are things?
Things are good. Yeah. Busy as usual.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Okay. So, I got to give you a nice little surprise, because you're like, well, what's going on with this? Look, if you don't know, obviously Michelle's had an incredible, last couple, a lot of great years. But guys, I want everybody to give her a round of applause. She's number 54.
Woo-hoo!
worldwide
Worldwide.
All
throughout
right,
the
Michelle.
RE/MAX
Wow,
network.
Michelle.
I mean, how can I not mention like I
Congrats.
text you this morning. I'm like, hey, look, I'm doing this. I know that you got going on, but old news, we don't want it to be old news. This is fresh off the press. Can you tell me a little bit about this? First of all, congratulations, Michelle. That's an amazing.
Well, thank you. Thank you. It was
Yeah.
someone in one of my other groups had posted it and then sent it to me, and I was looking at their, that they made it, and they sent it to me, and I'm like, oh my God. Things I don't pay attention to this worldwide stuff. But I do want to say, REMAX is a little behind. You can look through Max Center to see, top for your state of California, top for individual or teams in the US or worldwide. Who knew? But Mike, for California, for the state of California, up through April, you had Mehdi, Cameron, Mukesh, Maria, Spencer, and myself in the top for
Oh,
California.
Wow.
that's insane.
Amazing.
They're a little bit RE/MAX.
So
I
we're
want them to update.
representing.
We
RE/MAX
definitely are
Connections is
representing.
representing.
That's amazing.
That's
Yes.
incredible. Like I'm speechless,
Yeah.
So happy.
So you guys go in there and make your post, to your clients. They want to know they're working with professionals.
So Michelle, one last message, if you don't mind. Like, what did you ever think this was going to be possible?
Never.
Never. Okay, so
It wasn't even on the dream board.
it wasn't even on the dream board. So
No.
you believe it's a lot of times, obviously, with all the things that we talked about, right? I mean, the group brokers,
Yeah.
blah, blah, blah. But momentum, does momentum have a lot to do with it?
Momentum has a lot to do with it.
Okay, so what's your advice to the people that are actually doing okay? Do you tell them, you know what, just work-life balance, or hey, man, just keep going. Let's
Well,
find
what
that
do you
balance
want?
later.
What do you want? We all have a different life that we want.
Yeah.
I wasn't achieving any of this raising 3 kids. I was content doing one deal every other month. And then your kids grow and you have more time to dedicate to yourself and the business, and it just grows. And when you're in it over time, you get those repeat clients, but it's keep in touch with your clients. Or how are your marketing? What's your social media? Are you celebrating your clients' birthdays? Are you hosting events? What are you doing? What do you want? It's
I
all a
love it.
matter of we want different things. And in this industry, I mean, look at Libby. Her kids are grown. She's got amazing grandchildren, and she's still out there hustling.
Yes.
This business, there's something for everybody. It just depends on what you want. And there's enough business for all of us.
There really is. Michelle, you bring up a couple great, I mean, I could talk to you for hours. I mean, the bottom line is we really could. We could talk about what we can do, what's out of our control, what's in our control. We can talk about this whole thing. This is why I wanted to make this meeting in person. Okay. So I've been trying to get us together. I've been trying to do that for the last 2 months. Circumstances, summer, people vacation. There's always something, right? And people are busy. I mean, you're traveling, you're coming back, you're working, you're doing. So it's hard to get us all in the same room. I understand that. But more than anything is the reason why I wanted to do this is for everyone to hear from leaders like yourself. I wanted everybody to understand that we're all in this together. There's different leaders doing different things. We're not all should be compared with one another. Some people are running an amazing team. Some people are going about it where, like you just said, they're different stages in their life. Maybe their kids are grown or, they're empty nesters. And some people are still, trying to raise their family and they still got little ones. So
Yeah.
it's not fair to paint everybody with the wide brush
No,
and say
absolutely not.
So what's your message to somebody that's maybe dealing with some things? They probably got some other things going on in their life. How do you block the noise? Because that's something that I would love to hear from you. All right.
Oh, well, that can be challenging. The
It is.
last couple weeks have been a little challenging for me.
Sure.
My mom had heart surgery this morning, so family first.
Right.
So I'll be with her tomorrow. But you have
Do
to
the
find
best that you can.
what it is you want, what level. And new agents coming in, you have to realize it's going to take you a couple years. You might have a good year out of the gate and you're like, wow, this is easy. It's not easy. It's not easy. Sometimes you're in the right place at the right time, but
Love that you said that.
set
I'm
your
sorry, that
goals.
resonates.
Set
That
set your
resonates with so
goals.
many agents,
Talk to the agents that are doing that, that have been in the industry for a long time. We all work very different, and you could take something that I do and tweak it to your personality. And I think I speak for obviously myself and Spencer, but a lot of these agents in this brokerage, we're happy to schedule lunch or a meeting and get together. I first came to you and joined Remax, and Alex Abud reached out and drove all the way down here. And I'm like, I don't even know this guy, but we're here for each other to help each other grow and be successful.
Wow, take her up on that. Everybody try to take out Michelle Warner next week. For well, actually, no, 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 no. We want you to do business. So they'll do, yeah, everybody. No, I appreciate you, Michelle. Thank you so much for jumping on. And look, I want to get to my top 10. I want to get to my top 10 year to date. I want to get to all that stuff. I will apologize. This is running over. Okay. We're about 5 minutes after, but I thought it was more important to hear from your leaders. It was very important for you to hear from the people that are doing, things in this business. Hopefully that gave you inspiration. I know I can't get through everybody. There's so many people I want to celebrate their successes for. But with that being said, does anybody have any comments, questions, concerns? I think that put them in the chat box. We'll try to bring you on. Give some love to Michelle. Give some love to Spencer. Give some love to Lisa. Give love for the people that have been doing all these things. And I personally believe we're all in this together. I really do. So thank you, Michelle Warner. All right, I'm going to go ahead and try to conclude. And I have a lot of things to discuss. But the first thing I want to, we got to give a little kudos to this brokerage. There was something that basically just hit an article. I remember them interviewing us, and I didn't know what it was all about. It was Travis and I, and I'll get to the article in a second. And I think they got a couple things, not mixed up, but I think at the end of the day, the acquisition kind of put a wrench in things. But top 3 nationally ranked. Now, this is a big number here. Top 3 nationally ranked out of 300,000 brokerage. That includes Compass, Real. I mean, that's who we get compared. We get compared with some of these corporations that own multi brokerages because that's what they are. They're a one broker company. Remax is a franchise, so Remax, Coldwell Banker. We don't get in those kind of categories. But anyway, top 3 nationally. Okay. For 171% growth in transactions between 2021 and 2025. Yeah, I'm pretty proud of that because at the end of the day, it's not me, it's us. And this is your number. This is something you should feel proud of, right? And I say to myself, how did we get the drill? So the article, if anybody's curious, and I can kind of share what that is. The article is here. It's called Game Changers. I'll try to take a snapshot of it and send it over to everyone. But I don't know who the person is on the left, but that's AI or something. That does not look anything like me. But the person to the right is Travis Barron. And I had an incredible conversation with Travis during this interview. I would do 100 more interviews with Travis. It was all class. Try to give me the respect and all the accolades. I said, no, you were part of this too. And we really complimented one another, but it has a lot to do with the Irvine office. So Irvine people, I really want you guys to pay attention to this. Hopefully try to, read this, but this is your doings, right? This is what you've done. And what's incredible about this is obviously M&A had a lot to do with the growth. Obviously, a lot of the mindset and the culture change in Irvine, a lot of people, moving, doing great business. But yeah, this is all you. This is not me. So congratulations, Irvine office. Congratulations, Remax Connections. We are top 3 brokerage in growth. And the article was pretty similar. It was all about, hey, other brokerages are going out of business and, they're squeezing and a lot of people are cutting offices. This company is actually growing. So kudos to everybody here. I'm really happy, really proud of this. And to me, I hope you should be too. So let's get to our top 10, everyone. I know there's 100 things I should have covered, but I really wanted to hear from my peers and my leaders. So everyone, please unmute yourself so I can hear your voice. And since you've unmuted, Jeff Hans, what do you think of all the news, my man?
You don't want to get me started, but all I have to say is so wonderful to watch the growth. So neat to be involved with this particular brokerage. And like I've said all the time, I love seeing all the different posts that are out there in all the different social medias. And as a Remax Connection agent, I love getting on them and congratulating everybody because you're all doing an amazing job. Love you guys.
You're the definition of a team player, Jeff Hans. You know that. But you participate, you volunteer, you're always the incredible cheerleader. Like we're so blessed to have you, Jeff, in on 100 different ways. I mean, I could probably have you a conversation about that for another 3 hours, right? Of what you do for this company behind the scenes. And I'm watching, I'm paying attention, Jeff, and I appreciate you.
Absolutely. And I'm glad you took a picture of my backyard to put up there. That's really nice. Thank you.
Awesome. All right. Everybody unmute themselves, please. Let's go through this. San Diego top 10, May 2026.
Go.
All right. There we go.
Okay, all right, Jose.
Number 10.
Jose.
Oh, Jose.
Good job,
That
Jose.
guy
Yeah, yeah.
Right on.
Mr.
All right,
Val.
Val.
Driver.
For him.
Yeah.
Number 8, Sharon Miller.
Sharon.
Incredible.
Nicely done.
I know.
Mr. Russ.
What an appearance, Russ.
Lucky number
Way to go, way to
7.
go.
He says it's not a comeback. He's been here for years. So that's what Number 6, Sentil Nathan.
Wow.
Let's go, Sentil. Number 5, Mr.
Ricky.
Rick. Congratulations, Rick. You are number 5. Number 4, we have Miss Michelle. Let's go,
Michelle.
Yeah.
Number 3, we have Virginia. Number 2, we have
All right.
Congratulations.
Look at that. He looks so cheeky with that sweater vest. I don't even know what's going on with that, but I love it. This is Lisa. I'm surprised. Did you even know that happened, Lisa? I bet you didn't. Surprise.
Well, not really.
Not really.
Yeah.
Number 1.
Congratulations,
All right,
everybody.
that's what it's going to look like on the social post. Make sure you comment when we do. Again, love and all that kind of great things. Look at and picture yourself there for the month of June or July. The month is still young. San Diego,
Yeah.
10. Flip and do this really
Go.
Jessica.
All right,
Jessica.
Jessica. Congratulations.
Gil Vodka,
Jill.
number 9.
All right, Jill.
Number 8,
All right, Lisa.
Let's go. Number 6.
All right,
Jamie.
Jamie.
Let's go. Number 5.
Ryan.
Number 4, Blue Cat.
Yeah.
All right,
Rick McCandless, number
Yeah.
3.
Congratulations.
And a round of applause and a little bit of a drum roll for number 1. We have
All right, Michelle.
That's awesome.
Good to go, guys.
My San Diego people, I heard you. You're really loud.
Awesome,
You got the
awesome.
Irvine people in the background, but guess what? You're next. Irvine, let's go.
All right, Irvine.
Where's my Irvine people? Let's go.
Woo!
No, those are my San Diego
Open
people.
those
That's not my
doors.
Irvine people. Irvine people, where you at?
Right here.
We'll get better on that, okay?
We're just loud.
All
All right, Alex. Go, Alex.
Love it.
Kind
Number
of San
9,
Diego.
All right, Max.
Number 8, we have Rob.
Good job, Rob.
Rob.
Congratulations.
Number 7, we have
All right,
Saint.
Senka.
Number 6, we have
Hannah.
Hannah.
Congratulations,
5, here
Hannah.
we go. Ari.
Ari.
Number 4, we have Melissa.
Oh, that's
Good job, Melissa.
Number 3, we have Cameron.
All right,
Cameron.
Congratulations.
We have Greg Waco.
All right, Greg.
Greg, congratulations.
Number 1, drum roll, please. Number 1, Mary Jeffrey.
All right, Mary.
Oh,
Congratulations,
that's
everybody.
Nicely done.
Top 10.
Comment that. Let's go top 10. And here we go, top 10 year to date. Irvine. Here we go. Greg Wakeham. I don't know what happened.
Greg.
Oh, there we go.
Yay.
All right, Greg.
Congratulations.
Number 9, Emma Chu.
Emma.
Ming
Go
Chen.
me.
Go me.
Number 7.
All right, Hannah.
Good job, Hannah.
Number 6,
Senka.
Senka. Number 5, Lucy the
Go
Prophet.
Lucy.
Awesome job,
Number
Lucy.
4, Vince the
Way to go,
Prophet.
Vince.
Well done, Vince.
Congratulations.
Cameron Montezani for number
Cameron.
3.
Cameron.
Who's going to be number 2?
Cameron.
Max.
Max. Go, Max.
And we got a drum roll for number 1. Number 1.
All right,
Mary.
Congratulations, everybody.
Those who did not make the list, please understand the top producers, you heard from them first. They said they couldn't imagine the success that they did. You probably are not imagining that, but that's what needs to shift. You need to believe in you for the world to actually do its job and make you number 1. So
Yeah.
continue up the great work. I believe in you. Please believe in yourself. I am incredibly proud of each and every one of you, and I wouldn't want to be in any other platform than this one right here. So I love you very much.
Yeah.
Support my escrow and mortgage,
Yay.
please, so I can continue to do what I do. If you like me, you support my services. If you don't like me, then you know what? Then I guess it is what it is. So I love you very much, regardless. Thank you for all that you've done.
We appreciate you, Mike.
I
Way to
appreciate
go,
you.
Mikey.
Conrad.
Thank you,
Let's
Mike.
go.
Thank you,
Congrats,
Mike.
everybody.
Thank
Thank
you, everyone. I appreciate it. I know I'm